Lisa Pizik here, business strategist, content expert, and I have a question for you on this beautiful Monday morning. Do you try before you buy, or do you research before you make a decision and you buy? Now, why is this important? When you add a research component to the content that you share in business, it places you higher up as an expert. There's 3 other R's that are really important that I want to share with you, but researcher is a big one that jumps out. In your life, how many times have you had a situation where you didn't research, you just jumped in, you bought that thing, you worked with that person, you gave someone some money, or you bought something and it didn't turn out the way you planned? We had that exact thing happen this past weekend. Yesterday, we celebrated our little dude's 5th birthday. Now, he's a Boxing Day babe. For those in the US, if you don't know what Boxing Day is, it's like the Black Friday for you, but it's the day after Christmas. So his birthday is December 26th. It's always crazy. So we decided to do his birthday early this year. And I was scrambling to try to get everything together. As you know what it's like if you've ever thrown a birthday party. We happened to have 30 kids there and 10 to 20 parents. So there was a lot of people to manage. And I did start planning it early, but I had an idea that I wanted cupcakes instead of a big cake for like 30 plus kids, cutting the cake, 5-year-olds, craziness, wild. Just thought it would be easier to hand out cupcakes. But then I noticed they have these things called pull-aparts where they can basically put a bunch of cupcakes, put some icing, and a picture. We did a Power Ranger theme over it, and you can have those as well. And here, when we saw it in the store, it looked perfect. I was like, that's great. Cupcakes for the kids, pull apart for the little dude and our family, and off we go. Didn't ask a lot of questions about it. Went 20 minutes before the party started, grabbed the cupcakes so they were fresh, had a look at it, and it looked terrible. I think they put the topping on, maybe. Now, I'm not a baker, but I watch lots of stuff on TV. And I think what happened was it was too hot when they put the actual icing on it. And it was almost like it was just too hot and it melted. And it just looked so wonky and bad. And it was like 20 minutes before the party. So I'm not going to say you have to go make me another one. And it was just, I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just assumed that they were good at what they did. They knew what they were doing, and off we go. Now, the flip side, this morning, I just came back from a 15-minute consultation appointment to get microblading done. And if you guys, now the ladies are probably like, yeah, I know what that is. Maybe you've had it done yourself. You can post below and tell me all about it. But basically what it is, guys, is it's like a tattoo for your eyebrows. So in my teens, I was a classic overplucker. And when you pluck too much, the hair doesn't always come back. So every day I have to act like I know what the hell I'm doing, even though I don't, and fill these bad boys in. So gonna be a Christmas gift to myself. But the woman said, well, why do you want to come for a consult? Like most people just book a consult for like 10 minutes and then they do it. And I was like, no. I have a lot of questions if I'm going to be tattooing something on my face, because some of you know I got tattoos, there's the camera, in other areas of my body, but never my face. So I wanted to see her studio because she does it out of her home. I wanted to make sure she was certified, it was clean, it was professional. I wanted to ask lots of questions about maintenance and care and upkeep. And I didn't want to just book it in and go. But she's like, nobody's ever done a consult with me. People just like come on in, ask a few questions, and do it right then and there. But I learned that when you're doing something that's really important to you or something that's going to be long-term, ask lots of questions. It's okay to do your research. And in business, if you're on the receiving end, any coach that pushes you in a way that's like, bye, quit asking me questions, anybody that doesn't want to hop on a call with you or explain, or maybe it's not even a call, but just answer your questions via email, anybody that doesn't want to take the time to make sure that you feel good about your purchase, you don't want to work with, especially if it's a higher ticket item, a group coaching program, a mentorship, a done with you kind of service. You want to be able to ask lots of questions and have those questions answered before you go and buy. And I see a lot of scarcity tactics out there where false deadlines and people are saying, no, I'm not going to answer your question. You got to make the decision right now. In you go. And for some people that works. But for me, it doesn't. I like to ask lots and lots and lots of questions. So make sure that if you're going to invest with somebody, especially with 2019 around the corner, that you ask lots of questions before you go and give them your money, whether it's in business or whether it's in another area of your life. And if you are the business owner that is delivering this information, then you want to make sure that you, A, allow that time in your business for those questions from people, and B, the highest kind of content that gets the most views, the most downloads, the most success with people are these 4 things. And that is the role model, meaning when you're telling someone, you're teaching someone, you're doing it yourself. You've got a story about that. The researcher, meaning you're sharing other people's work, other people's things. You got that knowledge that's not just you saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread or they should do X, Y, and Z. So we got role model, researcher, the referral. So if you've got another way that you can tell them to go read this book or check out this person's podcast, or if it's a physical product, you're like, this is the shake I drink every morning kind of thing. And then the last one is the recommender. So you always leave them with the first thing that you should do, the product they should buy, like that call to action piece, whether that's transactional, like buy this, or subscriptional, like go check out this person, watch that. So those are the 4 things that you want to be hitting in your content if you're a business owner that you're sharing with people. But if you're here and it's not for business and you're here, my peeps, just for health and wellness and mindset, know that anyone that is pressuring you to buy something and really putting on that hard pressure, that they're not coming from an integral place. So you might want to trust your gut and think twice about that. And some of you may be buying gym memberships. You may be buying a new piece of equipment if you're at a home gym. You may be looking at a meal service. You may be looking at all sorts of things. Maybe an Apple Watch or a new sleep product. I mean, there's so many gadgets and gizmos and things out there. Make sure that you have the time and the space to do your research so that you're not wasting your precious time, energy, or money. For me, it was a cake for my son's birthday yesterday. Everybody's already forgotten about it. The kids had their sugar. They ran around. They burned off their energy. We laughed. We had a great time. But I'm glad that it wasn't something bigger in my life, or I would have been dang upset, right? So you learn your lessons. Off you go, and make sure that you're doing that research and you're sharing that. So that is my Monday motivation message to you. Head over to lisapisa.com. I'm going to have lots of specials and deals and lots of time at the bottom there. You can book that 15-minute call with me. It's free. But any questions that you have, know that I'll never pressure you into buying anything. That's not my jam, right? Anytime you pressure somebody into something, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for them. So hop on a free 15-minute call with me, and I'd be happy to talk out business and life and whatever you need to move that needle forward in 2019 for you. All right, guys, see you again next time.